everyone, and welcome back to our Shaolin Talks.
Hello.
Hello, hello. So today we're going to be talking about Christmas. We've got a pre-Christmas special talk for you, and we're going to be chatting about all things to do with Christmas, how you get into the Christmas spirit, talking about traditions and what you do at Christmas time, and other places around the world, what they do at Christmas time as well.
Yeah, I really like this time. It's one of my favorite times of the year.
Is it?
Isn't it?
Yeah,
it's good.
It's quite cool.
So you always, people get really festive, don't they?
You look very festive.
Yeah, I know.
Hat.
Like I've got my
Look.
Christmas jumper. I've got my Christmas hat.
This is my Christmas goose I bought from home. Every year I get this goose out. He's so cute, right?
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's like a lot of, usually what I also like is like the lights and the music and whatever. It's like
there's so
coming
many
together.
There's so many amazing things happening at Christmas time,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's such a nice time to share and to give and bring all of your friends or your family together and celebrate and chance to actually get a rest, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you've been working all the way up until Christmas, and so this is a chance for you.
I think sometimes pre-Christmas,
chill.
that's because Christmas is very busy period for a lot of people as well, work-wise too. So sometimes if you're the weekend and you have like your house decorated, or then you can actually relax a bit and chill out.
I always get a little bit stressed at Christmas time because everybody seems to have done all their Christmas shopping like months beforehand, and I get to like 3 days before Christmas and I haven't done anything yet, and then I'm like spending like 2 days running around the shops just grabbing everything.
Okay, so Martina, I've got a few questions for you because it's like Christmas is also very controversial in how to do things, when to do them.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
so
right.
on. Yeah. So when would you say Christmas time starts for you?
About a week before Christmas.
A week before Christmas?
Yeah, it should be a week before Christmas.
That's way too late, isn't it?
I don't put my Christmas decorations up until like a week before or a couple of days before Christmas. I know some people, like my auntie, she's got her Christmas decorations up in November. I know
that's too early again.
That's really early, but she's got like, and if I get a Christmas card through the post, I know my first Christmas card will always be from her. And I'm like, so can you guess who this card's from? I'll be like, oh, it's from my auntie.
So when does that arrive? Beginning of December?
Yeah, on the 1st of December, it will arrive,
Oh, that's quite cool.
Because most people do celebrate on the 1st of December because you get like your advent calendar.
Yes, I definitely have an advent calendar.
Do you?
Do you have an advent calendar?
Well, I don't normally have one, but this year I got given an advent calendar and I was most happy.
Yeah, you have to have an advent calendar. If you don't have one, that's just wrong, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you have to have one. And if you're lucky, you get a self-made one. Then you're really, really lucky.
Is it?
If someone actually made one for you, like proper.
Do you ever open up your advent calendar before it's actually time?
No.
Do you?
No.
Because you just have to like eat all the chocolates like.
That's just
before
wrong.
Christmas comes.
That's just wrong.
Oh
no,
dear.
you don't.
Oh dear.
It's a Christmas no-go.
Christmas no-go.
Yeah. So no, usually we also for the Christmas tree, I would also say I wouldn't put it up either on Christmas Day or on Christmas Eve.
You would put your Christmas tree up then?
Yeah, if I so basically more pre-Christmas is like you put your decorations up, you put just like the first Advent, like the fourth Sunday before Christmas, and then you basically lead up to Christmas. Yeah. So that's usually either end of November, beginning of December. So you put your Christmas decorations up, but not the tree yet, just the Christmas decorations.
Okay.
So like candles and this stuff and
tinsel,
yeah, and or lights if you have some, and candles. So you put those up just a month before Christmas, and then the tree usually comes.
Is this German? Is this German tradition?
Yeah, that's my family's tradition. Yeah.
Okay.
Some do it differently as well. So, and then the tree only goes up usually either on Christmas Eve or like the morning on Christmas Eve, or maybe a day or two earlier. So
I know people in England can put their Christmas tree up in November.
Yeah, no.
They can do. I saw Christmas trees in November, seriously. And I was like, oh my God, that's so early, you know? But usually it's on the 1st of December. Usually on the 1st of December, and then you see all the Christmas lights and everything, and people getting in the Christmas mood
spirit,
and the Christmas spirit. And
so the last Sunday, first Advent, I had a candle. I had these nice cookies or biscuits.
Look at these. Look at these,
They're
guys.
Called, Lebkuchen.
Look at that. What is this?
Lebkuchen. I think they are, I can't really describe what they are, but they're nice.
It's like a gingerbread, isn't it?
It's a bit like a gingerbread.
We were scoffing these earlier, so I know what these are.
So, but then sometimes you also make your own cookies. So, did you ever make your own Christmas cookies?
No, I didn't. We before Christmas we have a lot of Christmas snacks, because obviously English love their snacks. So we normally have like mince pies, or in the shop you have like Swiss rolls or nibbly, like nibbly bit, like Twiglets, or this kind of stuff for Christmas. So normally that's sort of like, I mean, if you're talking about like pre-Christmas, then it's sort of like little bits like that leading up. But then obviously you've got your big Christmas dinner that you'd have on Christmas Day.
No, we also, my family usually, they like, you get lots of obviously chocolate through this time, lots of chocolate, and normally you also have a plate full of chocolate, but that's like your Christmas chocolate, isn't it? So I actually always I had my chocolate all at one go, but it's not good. I wouldn't recommend this because it really gives you stomach ache.
You're going to be very poor.
When I was really young, I had it all at once, and I had really, really bad stomach ache.
Oh no,
so
that's not good.
No
good.
And since then they kind of were like, no, you have to have them at a time. You can't eat them all at once. We have a common sort of Christmas tradition is obviously Santa Claus, and the children writing their letters to Santa Claus and writing what they would like for Christmas and things like that. And we have, but obviously in different countries they have a different interpretation of Santa Claus. And I was doing some research about this. And you have St. Nicholas, don't you? This is where it kind of all derives from. Yeah, we have St. Nicholas. I'm always really excited about St. Nicholas. And obviously Gary, he calls it Christmas too.
Christmas too?
Christmas too, yeah.
What does that mean?
Because obviously for us, so that's again our tradition. It's again different in different parts of Germany as well.
Right.
So for us, it usually is like the night before St. Nicholas. So the 6th of December is St. Nicholas.
So St. Nicholas was a monk. Yeah. Was a monk who. The story goes he was a monk, and he gave away all of his possessions and all of his wealth to charity, and he kind of went around giving to the poor and giving his time and charitable time. It's kind of along those lines. You can do some research on it. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's different stories as well. So just to go out and find the stories. And so usually what we did the night before, you have to polish your boots, right? So you had to really polish your boots. And then you put your empty boots in front of the door, right?
Right, okay.
And then if you were a good kid and really
not on the naughty list, you found, like the next morning, you found a nice surprise in your boot. Which would be?
Oh, so usually it would be, not a puppy, like some chocolates, usually some chocolates, maybe an orange.
Oh, okay.
And
iPod?
No.
Not an iPod. You wouldn't get an iPod in there.
Maybe some families do this nowadays, but usually it was something small.
Okay.
And usually it should be something small, so it's a bit like a run up. And if you were naughty, if you were naughty and your boot was not polished, and then you got like a twig.
A stick. Basically, you get a stick. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, look. So did you ever get a stick?
No.
No.
I was always good.
I probably get a lot of sticks.
Yeah, I was always good. So yeah, so it's really good. I remember this from my childhood, and we still do it now. So
from my childhood, I remember we used to put out. So the night before Christmas, you would put something out for Santa Claus because he would come down the chimney with all of his. Well, the reindeer would stay on the roof. He would ride have all these reindeer, bring all the presents to all the children all around the world, and so the night before, you'd have to put out a glass of milk and a carrot for Rudolph.
Yeah.
And then you would have to put a glass of whiskey or brandy, as Jack says, brandy, for Santa Claus, and a mince pie.
For Santa as well.
For Santa, yeah. And then when you come down in the morning, everything would be gone. Yeah.
Did he leave some crumbs?
Yeah, he would leave crumbs and
footprints.
You know, actually, it's really. I remember when I was living with my grandparents up in Sheffield when I was younger, and we used to live in this really high-rise flats, like right at the top of these high-rise flats. And I remember my granddad one year, he managed to put footprints on the outside of the window. And I to this day, I was like, oh my God, I don't understand how he did it. He must have reversed the window.
It was Santa.
And he was walking up the window, and I was like, oh my God, like looking out the window going, how did Santa do that? You know, like walking up the building. Yeah. Oh no, it's a really lovely time for kids, isn't it? Yeah. It's a really great time.
So did you ever meet Santa?
I can't remember.
No,
I can't remember.
Well, obviously, I met Santa when I was smaller, because in Germany, obviously, Santa comes on the 24th, and he comes to your house, and you have to.
You open all your presents, don't you? Because in Brazil they do that as well. They open everything the day. So
usually, if he comes to your house and he comes with his sack of presents, and usually you had to do something to get them, he just doesn't dish them out like that. He's just like, no, you only get them when you either sing me a song, tell me a poem, play me something on your instrument, or dance, or whatever.
So actually somebody in your family has to dress up as Santa, or no, actual Santa comes. Sorry, actual Santa comes. Yeah, of course. So what did you do?
Well, I usually sang a song or said a poem.
Did you?
Yeah. Gosh. Don't ask me, I can't remember anymore. I probably can, but no, I don't want to sing.
I know in Scandinavia they have. I was reading about their version of like Santa Claus, and they have these gnomes.
Yeah, I think it's like these gnomes.
These gnomes, and correct me if I'm wrong. So if anyone from Scandinavia is out there, probably got this wrong. It's Joulupuki, and apparently he's like this amazing gnome, but instead of like having a sled driven by reindeers, he has a sled driven by goats.
That's unusual, isn't it?
Unusual. Can you imagine a sled driven by goats?
Well, they're not so much different than reindeers.
They're not going nowhere.
Do you think they can fly as well?
I don't know.
You might have some magic powder to make them fly.
You'd be stopping everywhere on the way, munching everything. You're not going nowhere with those goats. Yeah, there's some great stories out there, isn't there?
I think another good thing that always gets me into Christmas mood, Christmas things. Obviously, we've done the decoration. Some people obviously decorate themselves, but they make it themselves. Like there's some really cool things you can make yourself, like Christmas stars and things like that. Another thing is music. Isn't it?
Oh, right, okay.
So, I don't know, have you already listened to some Christmas songs this year, Martine?
I did hear some on the radio. I did hear a couple on the radio, yeah.
Do you have a favourite one?
A couple, a couple, yeah. A few. Yeah. Don't ask me to sing them because I'm not going to sing them.
No, I wouldn't either, so... But yeah, I do like to listen to some Christmas songs.
They do get you in the mood, don't they? And then I think what determines for British person if they are getting in the Christmas mood is if they are watching like Christmas movies, yeah. And they don't necessarily have to be about Christmas. They're usually some really bad like 1980s film, a bit like Back to the Future or E.T. or something like that, you know, or these really old movies. They get you into the Christmas spirit. I particularly like Elf.
Yeah, that's a good
my
one.
favourite one. I can literally just watch that over and over again. Yeah, yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, in Germany, you watch a lot of fairy tales.
Okay.
So like fairy tales have been made into movies. Yeah.
Oh,
so it's also usually it's a time of fairy tales. Maybe that's why I like it so much, because I do love fairy tales.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's really cool. It is cool. I remember, I remember, oh God, this actually brings back some memories, you know. I remember when I was traveling, it was because sometimes we go away at Christmas time. And I remember I was traveling one year when I was a student, and it was Christmas time, and we were in Cambodia.
Yeah.
And we arrived at like this monastery, and we got invited in, and they said, oh, can you please, because you're English, can you please come along and can you teach some of the monks, you know, some English? And we were like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll come in and have a chat with them. So we were in front of all of these like young monks who were studying English. And the first thing they wanted to ask us was, who is Santa Claus? They're like, who is he? Why does he got the beard? What does he do? Why is he delivering presents? You know, and I was like, had to like explain to them like who Father Christmas was and why he was there and what he did and why he was wearing red. And it was just like this whole like hour's talk on Father Christmas.
Did you get like loads of questions, or was it like really easy to explain? Or
it was quite difficult. Yeah, it was quite difficult to explain, because like, why is he wearing red? Like, why has he got a beard and why is he wearing red? And I was like, oh my gosh, how do I explain about Coca-Cola? And I was like, oh no, I can't do that. But yeah, no,
you go from 1 to 1,000.
Yeah, just trying to explain English. Yeah. But it was really nice, because afterwards, the head of their monastery came and taught us for an hour. So we taught them for an hour.
Oh, that's quite cool.
And then they came out and they taught us for an hour outside, which was really sweet. But yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they were like, who's Father Christmas? Who is he? What does he do? That's really funny. Yeah.
So do you also, Martine, do you have certain activities you do for, like, well, obviously, usually we also go to Christmas markets. So I think this year is a bit, I think there are not many Christmas markets open.
No, I don't think so.
So I'll probably, we miss out on this one this year. But that's like a big thing. Usually, that also definitely gets you into the Christmas mood. Go to the Christmas market.
Yeah, I think they've got one in most towns, like big cities and stuff in England. They have like Christmas market where you can go and.
So, in England, do they also do like ice skating and things like that?
They do, yeah, they do. Sometimes in some cities they have like an outdoor ring set up where you can go and, you know, you can ice skate and things like that. Yeah, you can get.
So I think that's also, and then I think probably if it starts snowing, obviously, then that gets you into the mood too.
Yeah,
but
when we lived up north, it used to always snow, like really thick snow, and we used to just make, when we were kids, we used to make something called a skiddy patch. So if you're from up north, you know what a skiddy patch is. Basically, you just like black ice like the whole road and just slide all the way down it. Yeah, it's like stuff like this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, well, obviously making snowmen and you know, and this is kind of like a Christmassy tradition activity, like Christmas activity. Yeah.
It's like, because I grew up near the sea, right?
Okay.
And it's always the question, obviously, when the snow comes and the ice comes, to always, never ever. It was always like, don't go on the ice. Don't go on the ice, because you can fall in. Right? It's dangerous. Yeah. So that's really, really important. So for safety, if it snows in your area and there's ice, don't go on the ice until it's like the all clear. What did you have for your Christmas dinner? In my family, it's usually duck or goose.
Oh, okay.
With red cabbage,
right,
and potatoes. Yeah.
Very nice. Normally it's like a roast dinner, so you have like a big roast. But we were veggies in our family, so we used to. Well, it's got a lot better nowadays. When we were growing up,
so you can have veggie chicken. No, can you have a veggie turkey now?
You can have that now, but when we were growing up, all you could have was nut roast, and it was just like oh, it was the worst. But yeah, but now you've got so many different choices, options. Yeah, you've got vegan options and things like that, which are really cool. Yeah, loads of stuff you can have. Yeah.
Do you like you eat a lot of Christmas dinner? Do you eat like 2 days on it?
I really like to not have something that's like a traditional, because I think everyone sort of has the same thing for Christmas, then it kind of impacts on, you know, on everything. I'd like to choose something very simple, very, very plain. Yeah. You know, I think as long as you're with your friends, with your family, and people are gathering together, it doesn't really matter what you're eating. I think, you know, as long as you're just like having some nice food together, it's quite nice.
Do you know what I always found really interesting in English Christmas, or even if you go to English Christmas parties, English Christmas dinners, they always have these crackers next to it.
People have what? Crackers?
These crackers, these...
the pulley crackers. Yeah, that's very traditional.
That's English, the very English.
Is it?
Yeah, we don't have these.
Are you not?
No.
Oh, I thought everyone had Christmas crackers.
It's very English. Yeah.
All right. So basically, Christmas crackers out there, for those of you who are watching from another country. So Christmas crackers is like a cracker, and you have to pull it with a person across the table, and it kind of explodes, and then out comes a really, really naff, cheap gift. And the worse it is, the better it is. You know, like a ring or a ruler or something really nice. Unless you've obviously got the really expensive ones from Waitrose.
And then you get like...
And then you get a party hat. You have to wear your crown.
A party hat.
A party hat. Which obviously signifies the three kings, because Christmas is a time in the Christian calendar. So Christmas means the birth of Christ. So these things are kind of reflected in religious symbols and things like that as well. So
and you get a joke as well.
And you get a joke. You get a joke.
Or like a trick question.
Yeah, a trick question, some trivia, some really interesting trivia. And and this is it. Yeah, it's good. It's what makes Christmas Christmas.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a lot of traditions we already talked about.
Yeah. Oh, and also you can't forget the Christmas panto.
Oh yes, yeah.
So this is a very traditional thing for English people, is going to the theatre and watching a pantomime.
Yeah.
So this is kind of where the audience kind of participates with the actors, and they tell like a fairy tale like Cinderella or Mother Goose or Jack and the Beanstalk, and the children go along to the theatre and they go and watch it, and usually they have like a pantomime dame, which is like a man dressed up as a woman, very funny, and then the lead woman is like a male role, and
and they always ask a question and you have to shout behind you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's always some kind of like, it's behind you. Yeah, you have to have a lot of audience participation and lots of sort of back and forth between the audience.
I've been to pantomime once or twice.
I like pantomime.
Good,
They're brilliant. Yeah, they're really, really cool.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's already again a lot of things that make up pre-Christmas things. One thing because for me, Christmas is generally also about family, friends, giving. It's like because you make things, you maybe make presents, gift presents, you write cards, you get in touch. You know, it's a very nice time to be kind and charitable as well.
Yeah. Well, they say it's the season of goodwill, isn't it? It's the season of goodwill, of people coming together, understanding, kind of being generous and reaching out to people that maybe you wouldn't normally reach out to. Because obviously Christmas is not all about giving, buying presents and things like that. You know, you can just do really simple things to show people that you care. For example, just maybe calling somebody that you haven't spoken to in a long time, or maybe going out for a drink with somebody, you know, or if they're feeling lonely, or like calling up or visiting your elderly relatives or anybody elderly.
So is there something, Martine, you do every Christmas that is something charitable?
Okay, so every Christmas I go to Tesco and go and get loads of dog food. Yeah. And then I go and drop it off at the RSPCA.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
Because that just makes it. Giving is like it makes you feel really good inside, and you know, if something that touches your heart a little bit, and you can give that to somebody else, you know, something else, something that you really believe in, then you can go and do something like that. I do that every year, but and I go and collect blankets and give them to the dog at the dog house. Probably really sad.
It's like the dogs in your area are really having a nice
they're warm.
time.
They are properly fed and warm. And
no.
What do you do?
I usually, it's more like a kind of writing cards or making things or making presents for people I haven't seen for a long time.
Oh, that's really cool. There are so many amazing things that you can do out there. So if you want to give something, you know, you can give to charity, or you can go and work in a soup kitchen with, you can feed the homeless, or maybe you can phone a friend. You know, it doesn't have to be anything big. It's just something.
Or sometimes it's also if you have too much food, you can also give that to food bank also. And the food bank. There's lots and lots of charities out there that really need support this time of year, and I think more than ever now with the COVID situation. So you can makes you feel really good. So you can try and see how you feel. Exactly. Yeah. So guys out there, this is also a question for you, not just for Martine. We would like to know when are you putting your Christmas tree up? When are you putting your Christmas decorations up? So when is too early? When is too late? Is it in November, October, or in December?
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting, Janine, because I was hearing from a lot of friends of mine. They were saying that it's very difficult for them to go home this Christmas.
Oh, really?
A lot of the students,
because is it also because of travel restrictions?
Yeah, no, this is because apparently at the universities they were saying that if you do have COVID, you have to stay in the university before you're allowed to go home. You're not allowed to go home, and they're actually they might be contained there. So just wondering if any of you out there are in that situation and how you feel about that. You know, do you feel that it's really fair that you have to stay, you're not allowed to go home and visit your family? And also I had some friends as well who expressed about how they wanted to spend some time with their family at Christmas, because obviously it's a time when people come together and they're sharing time with the family, but they're only allowed to spend time with
three households.
Three households. But actually, you know, they were saying that maybe in their family they have, you know, they have like five grandchildren, or, you know, 6 grandchildren. So how are they going to be able to decide which grandchildren they do see and which grandchildren they don't? And that's just kind of quite interesting. So maybe if you're in that situation, maybe you can tell us your experience of how you feel about that, and whether you think that's fair or not, or how you would deal with that situation. It must be really challenging for people now.
I think it's really tricky. I mean, also from someone living here, I usually don't see my family over Christmas. We usually meet before.
Okay.
But obviously this year we also couldn't meet before, because usually we would go in for a few days in December and have some pre-Christmas time with my family in December. That didn't happen this year. So
a lot of people, they want to go back and spend time with their family or their grandparents, or their parents, their especially their elderly parents. So do you have elderly parents out there that you would like to go and visit and you can't? And just let us know how you feel about that, and how you're dealing with it.
Interested in that too.
How you're dealing with that, and maybe you can give some inspiration about how we can get through through this Christmas.
So I think that almost brings us to the end of our talk today, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe we can just to quickly sum it up. Obviously, we talked a bit about pre-Christmas traditions, different ones, and how you can.
How you celebrate,
and what makes you feel good, how you can get into the Christmas mood,
in the Christmas spirit.
So it's the light, the warmth, people, and also kind of how you
how you can give a little bit more, yeah, and how you can spread some kindness and spread some love and understanding. And give. It's a time of giving, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is kind of like our message for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we also have a Christmas special coming up.
Yeah.
For, basically for the Shaolin Talks, we're going to do a bit of a Christmas special. So if you around during Christmas time,
and you have any questions,
so you can join in and watch it. Over Christmas.
Yeah, and if you've got any questions that you would like to ask us about Christmas, then you can send us a message and let us know what you think, or if there's anything you want us to mention, or anything about your traditions that you have, how you celebrate, then you can let us know what you're doing and how you're bringing in the new year and celebrating Christmas and spreading the love and the kindness. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching today, and we hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.
Exactly.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.